Yo, what's happening? Welcome back to another episode of TC Speech. I am rolling solo today. Michaela's on annual leave. She wanted annual leave. She applied, I denied, and then she just didn't show up. So I don't know where Michaela is. She's in the background here. But I'm just like, look, I got a couple of points I want to get across today. I'm jumping on solo, I'm doing this, and I'm on a bit of a deadline. So I'm actually getting a massage in about 45 minutes. So I'm on a very tight deadline because priorities. Health is wealth. Health is your kingdom. It is absolutely everything. We're up in Gympie at the moment. It's a nice wet, rainy day. So I just couldn't wait to sit down and I've just had a warm lunch and I'm like, I just want to film a podcast. I've got a couple little notes here in front of me, but like honestly, most of these just is just kind of I have a rough sort of like couple of key notes and then I'm just like I just want to just whatever comes off the top of my head is just the raw truth of just comes out of what I believe is the truth. That's genuinely how I roll. So look, if you've been loving these episodes, all we ask is just take a screenshot, put on your stories. If you get some sort of value, maybe entertainment, if you align with some of the things we're saying here, whatever it is, if something great comes from this, just share it with a friend because we're in a world today. This I kind of sound like I kind of sound negative saying this, but it's kind of like this doom and not so much doom and gloom. It's more like this cancer culture, you know, just negative fucking world, especially when it comes to like social media, etc. So it's like we just want to just be the opposite. And I'm not saying that we have all the answers, because we don't. We are not experts. We're still trying to figure it out. We aren't perfect, but in saying that, we've done some cool shit. We've overcome some pretty big challenges, and but at the end of the day, what our life looks like today for you at home, you might, well, fuck, I don't want my life to look like that at all, and that is completely fine. That's why you need to be very careful of who you listen to these days as well, because everyone acts like they have all the answers. I don't have all the fucking answers. But if maybe one little thing, two little things, whatever it is, might land for what you need to hear right now, and you can go and implement it into whatever you're doing, then that's a massive win for me and for us. And look, what I want to speak about today is like kind of going off the like, oh, let's not talk about the negative shit. I'm going to talk about why most people fail. And this, for what I'm going to go, I'm like, I'm going to do the top 5 points. I'm like, oh, I'm going to bunch of the 6. I'm like, fuck, there's actually probably 10 that I could go, but like just whatever come to the top of my head, these are the ones I'm going to quickly go through today. And look, this is sort of based on more like from our experience of like, of building a business, started out as a side hustle, a side business, whatever you want to call it. Like it's really kind of like an online business, say, but like for us, like our business, we didn't start an online business. We started it completely offline. We just started a business. And I'm going to get into a little bit of this, but like this, what I'm going to talk about here, this I'm going to be sort of like relating that to this because that's where I have the most experience. I've seen people earn up to as much as personally in our community that we've helped over $100,000 in a single month. I've seen people quit. I've seen people where they get fast results in 30 days. I've seen people that take 2 years to get any sort of decent results. I've seen, and on the wider scale, I've seen so many different scenarios, and it really comes down to a couple of basic things. But this can go into to a 9 to 5 job, to any business, to whatever a hobby you might have, whatever it is. A lot of this can really go around that. But one of the most biggest things for me is like the side business, side hustle, like it's heavily promoted these days. And like, look, the true facts are out there because there was a news article saying that 57% of Australians are going to need to supplement their income within the next 3 to 5 years. And this is simply because that the cost of living has just gotten that ridiculous and wages just aren't catching up. It's just simple math. Like the days of like, this is where like, if you're listening to like and no disrespect to anyone, but like if you listen to like maybe it's a family member or like an old traditional way person, like it's fucking changed so much. It's changed so much. And just, my speaking for myself, like I was raised from a very like save, and you 100% need to live by that. But how can you fucking save when like there's just no money left at the end of the day? So what I think is the best thing, and like, is that these days I feel like it's so much more easier to make more money than to save. And now some people might not like that answer at all, but like there's never been so many friggin' tools and resources and information available. And I said on our last podcast, this can either make it so easy for anyone to win and to earn. And I'm not talking about here doing $100,000 month. This is the next thing that I'm gonna get into here as well. But like, just to make an extra couple $100, $1,000, two, three, four, $5,000, whatever it is. This is, if you're looking to start in a side hustle, side business, this is where your focus needs to be. Because I know for us back in 2020, I did my numbers on this. Like I think in our first 7-8 months, or I can't roughly, we made about $23,000 to $25,000, and this is like sort of what it took for us to get the ball right. But for us back then, that you could have said that was 200 grand. It would have felt the same. That meant so much to us to pay the mortgage, to pay the bills, to be able to just put something in the bank, to kind of feel like we're getting ahead. So like, you can sort of get, lost in this comparison, which is, I'm sort of stepping my point. Let's go to point number one before I fucking go on too much longer. The number one biggest thing is why a lot of people will fail. Let's just take this back for 1 second. The biggest mindset issue around this, from what I've seen in my experience, is people have this, I don't know where the fuck it's come from. No, actually, yes, I do. It's come from people's skepticism levels. It's come from the ones out there that got rich quick, which is a very fucking small amount, but it has happened before. It's come from the people that say they've done shit when they haven't done it. And people can kind of like bundle like a side hustle, a business into like this guaranteed it's going to work for everyone. Like people will go and flash like, average income of like what people earn, etc. in like in these side business and that. And like, it depends on what you're wanting to make. But like people, if you've got this mindset, the point I'm trying to make here, that like starting a business is a guarantee, you're a fucking idiot in no matter what business it is. And then if you want to go and label it as a fucking scam, whatever it is, it says so much more about you than starting a business is not for you. So if you want to save time and money and you have this sort of mindset, do not do it. It's not for everyone. But in saying that, I am so bullish on that. I believe that anyone can supplement their income with a side business, because I've seen so many people that shouldn't make it work have fucking made it work and have overcome a couple of these little things I'm going to chat about. But look, just that biggest thing that's like people will compare to us. They'll be like, well, not everyone gets those results. No fucking shit. We've been committed for 5 years. You're comparing 5 friggin' years and literally a 1% income earner. And so of course it's fucking 1%. If you want to be at that level, it's 1%. If you want to be a top real estate agent, it's fucking 1% that actually make decent fucking money. If you wanted to play the big game, replace your income and earn, I think to be the top 5% income in Australia, I think it's maybe 200 grand plus, 200, 300, something like that. But 1% income earners like 350 to 400 grand ish, rough figures there that ChatGPT told me before. It can change no matter what friggin' article or whatever you look at. But like, if you're comparing yourself to these people and going like, not everyone gets those results, no shit. And there's levels that you need to go to. But the first point I've got here is this: the most number one thing why people never make their side business work, or they're like, they get these people that come in like, I've tried everything, nothing works. They participate in business instead of building one. It's probably, I've got it as number one here, but nearly all these points are number one, but they're treating it like a hobby, not a business. And it's like this kind of like, the idea of it sounds great. The idea of having a business, some more money, it sounds great. It fucking sounds great to everyone until they realize that there's work to be done, until they realize that there's a skill set you need to develop until they realize that it takes time and money and energy. And for a lot of things, you have to go back to being a student. The most arrogant fucking people that I see these days with the biggest egos are fucking broke people. And they're the ones who generally be online going, oh, fucking bag it out all these, rich people online, etc. have not all this nice stuff. It is so hard to fucking, to get a point across, to open up a broke person's mind. They always just got all these fucking things to say, and good luck telling them fucking anything. And this is another big thing here. It's just like, you need to be a student forever. You can always learn. As soon as you have a 10 out of 10 willingness to learn, as soon as you lose this and you're like, oh no, I've got it now, all good, and you can't take advice from anyone, this is when you're going to absolutely kill whatever you make. It's going to go backwards very, very quickly. So participate in business, just playing around, showing up, having this little side thing like on the cabinet, and like it's collecting dust. Like, oh fuck, maybe hopefully one day that thing will pop off, or like whatever it is. If this is how a lot of people roll. I've seen people, it's talking in our business, our magic business, people start a business and literally not do a fucking, like, you literally never see them again. Like, that's it. They love the products and that's it. Or just like, they don't do a thing. And I went through this trap of like, in my early years, because it's like, you want people to, because you're seeing the results, it's like you want other people to be able to experience that and have that so much. But like a big mistake that I made in my early years is I went down this, I took all the responsibility on myself, everything. And so where I started to just do things for people, and I was helping them. I was doing conversations. I was like making ads for them. I was like just dragging fucking people along. And it was the biggest mistake I've ever made, because what I was doing without knowing was just creating unresourceful people. And an entrepreneur you're a professional problem solver. So it's like rookie mistake. I'm literally creating the opposite version of what these people need to be. And as soon as you're not there, it's like, oh, Josh isn't there. I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm out. So big mistake that I made. And the stop and starters, they'll rock up, do a post, show up to a call, have a fucking great time, and something comes up. And stop, start, no consistency. I'm back, do this big fucking announcement post, 3 days later, they're gone again. So, but just think about this in these couple things, or in anything. Imagine if you just didn't show up to your job. How many days do you reckon are going to go by till they go, Josh, what the fuck are you doing? Like, leave. Like, it's going to play the exact same role in that. And so it's like, it's just they're participating, stopping and starting, messing around, showing up to the calls, coming to some events or something like that, having a great time, not implementing nothing, maybe get a bit of motivation and drive to shop for a little bit more, and just playing around at a business. And this is where you cannot gauge people's time that they're in the game, because you could do nothing for fucking 3 years and be like, I've been doing this thing for 3 years. And when you really look at the reps you put in, like you've maybe been showing up for like a month, if not that. So that's point number one. And into point number two, people expect overnight results. Like I said before, it's like a side business is like this guarantee. If it's not 100% guarantee, I don't want to take the risk. And I think one thing that you need to, I would understand that, like, why you're actually probably looking to do something anyway, is probably because you've realized that what you're fucking doing now is not going to allow the life that you want to live. It's probably barely paying the fucking bills. So like, that you've set yourself up for the life that you don't want right now, and you know it. But if there's no 100% guarantee that it isn't going to change around in a fucking month and quit you and replace your income, you don't want to borrow it. And this is a very, very bad mindset that so many people, and they put it down to risky. And to me, what I see as risky is knowing that you're in a very bad fucking situation, and just the stars just don't align if you keep doing another 40, 20, 30, 40 years in that. Isn't that fucking risky? I believe that's the most riskiest fucking thing that you could ever do, because building anything real, that has any sort of leverage, any sort of freedom, that's going to create any sort of impact, it takes time. And yes, I've seen people completely fucking turn their lives around in 12 months. But that doesn't mean that they're set up for the rest of their lives. You can completely change the direction of your life in 12 months, but there's no guarantee. I don't care what anyone says that like you're just going to achieve every single thing you want in 12 years. It takes longer for that. And honestly, it's seriously a forever thing. But people just are expecting just like, oh, if it's not going to, I'll play around, show up a little bit for a month. They don't replace my income. Like, oh, that's it. I'm out. And these are people that go back to, it's like, oh, I've tried everything and just, and nothing works. And this takes on to point 3 is shiny object syndrome. It's probably one of the most biggest things that I see today, because there's always some new flashy fucking thing that pops up, and it sounds so much easier than everyone else. And it seems to be the sort of same players that go through these fucking flashy things all the time. They'll take their crew there, they'll do this, they'll do that, they'll fucking announce it to the world, and then fucking a month, it's all gone. And I think that like a big thing that we've done, we've put 100%. I've been poached for fucking everything. There's I've seen everything. Oh yeah, moan everything. I've seen a lot, because people want to, they see what we've built. It's like, hey, this thing over here, it's so much better, etc. And everything I looked at has come nowhere fucking near to what we have in our business. And because everything aligns with our values, our mission, our reason why, the impact we want to have on people, just everything aligns. But I see these people, and it's generally the ones that are in point 1 and 2 of what I just shared here. These are the ones that they're dabbling around looking for the next quick thing. And like, there's things these days, like there's people out there guaranteeing that they're gonna fucking 8x their money, and they're advertising these things that there's no selling. But then when you pull the curtains behind, it's like, well, they need you to come in and buy this fucking crypto package so like they can get a piece of commission from that. That's a fucking sale. And this is the next thing. It's like, you have to, there is no fucking cheat code around building a skill set. If you're going to want to be in one of these things and advertise these things, like, hey, like, look, anyone can start anything with no experience, 1,000,000%. But if you think that you're going to build something real and just start with no experience and have no experience, or sharpen your skill set by saying it's like, there's no selling, there's no fucking this, there's no fucking that. It's like, if you aren't selling something, you are not making money, period. And these fucking things is they will literally DM every single person that like, they know they've started a business. Maybe they're not seeing the results quick enough. Hey, look, fucking, there's this over here. It's only, it's a little bit cheaper, whatever. And they bring all these people in. And it's very, look, I see, I'm saying this with confidence because I've seen every 2 or 3 years, this sort of shit pops up. And we've seen so many other little things as well that just pop up. And like, if you want to wreck your fucking brand, go and start a million fucking things, because no one's going to trust you with anything. And I think this is the best thing today if you want to build something real, it's going to be hard work, and it takes time to build anything. Can you jump in something and make quick money? Yeah. To me, it's not ethical. To me, I want to have a product that can massively change people's lives in every single way and help the people that want to be helped, because you can't help everyone. And like I said before, it's like the biggest thing that I've learned is you have to detach from every single person's results. You can't build a business, a side business, any business, and be attached to every single person's goals and dreams and everything they want to achieve, because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's probably one of the best sayings ever. So you need to stick to one opportunity, one vehicle long enough to see it through. And for some people, they could just quit one day early, and because just that next day, it could have been the thing that's gonna make it blow up. But look, I'm not saying that like whatever you whatever your first business you choose to do is the one that's going to align with everything. It's going to be the thing. No, you're probably going to fail, and maybe you need to try a couple of different things. I'm not saying that that's it, but like these people that go, oh, I've tried everything. It's like, okay, what did you give it 3 years full time? Like 1 year, 2? It's the people that are just dabbling. Oh, showed up. Oh, I asked my mum, she wanted to buy something. She said no. It's like, oh, fuck, nothing works. Like these are the people that go through this and fucking do this shit. And like, look, you're just delaying the fucking results. You are just delaying the thing that you want by just, just confusing yourself with trying to find this big flashy fucking thing. It's just, you're just delaying the process, looking for the quick fix, the quick wins. I don't want to build a skill set. I don't want to sell. I just, whatever it is, it's like you're delaying the end result, whatever that is for you, by so much. And this takes me to point number 4, is the comparison trap. You can't compare. And this is probably, look, people say it's a problem with social media these days, and look, I think it's up to you the way you look at it, if it's a problem or not, because you can take the good bits from it, or you can just go, oh, everything's misleading, oh, everything's just fucking fake. Like if you post something that's real out there these days as well, like there's people out there that think you're full of shit, think it's fake, think it's rented, think like whatever the hell it is. But look, the point here is like the trap that you can get into is comparing your day one of just starting to someone else's day, chapter 10, 20, whatever it is. And we even get this as well. Like we get the it sounds too good to be true, whatever. It's like, I don't live a life like you. I don't have this car and caravan and travel like you. How am I going to make anything work? It's like people forget. This is the best part of social media, and just your number one mission, if you want to build a personal brand, is document. Because this is why I'm so glad we made the YouTube videos. I've been posting on social media for, I think it's like, I don't know, 7 years or something like now. It's like, look, back then, like we had none of that. I was working, 50 to 60 hours a week, running my self-employed massage business. Before that, I was working for Australia Post for fucking $20, $21 an hour, delivering mail. But people don't see that. I'm like, we were doing a story inside of my massage clinic and would go away every month if we were lucky enough. That's it. So it's like we weren't living this big flashy life, whatever. It's like we got a plan, and we just showed the true fucking real journey of going through it. And like this is the bit that people want to miss. And they'll look at someone's, like just myself, for example, like they'll look at someone, because this is 5 years of not doing any of the shit that I've just spoken above, and they go, oh, like just, and this can lead to self-doubts, to imposter syndrome. It can lead to if you've to quitting whatever you're doing too early, because like you're seeing like you can either be inspired by this shit, or again you can let it just amplify all of your self-doubts, limiting beliefs, everything. This is what I'm saying. This is where you can take social media and you can blame this stuff and go, nothing's real, etc. They only show the flashy stuff and all this sort of stuff. The way I look at this, if you do that, that's completely on you. And am I saying that people aren't fake? The internet is full of fake people, 100%. There's also a lot of real ones out there. You just don't have the fucking attention span to go, okay, hang on, let's look at their story highlights. Let's go back to their first post. Let's go find their YouTube video and watch some of their first couple of videos, whatever it is. Everyone out there has to start from, most people that have the amazing stories, like they've all started from fucking nothing. So you can learn so much from these people, but like you just need to be aware and identify. It's like, hey, I'm just starting. Don't fucking overwhelm yourself. Again, like have just channeled vision. It's like pick 1 to 3 people tops to start with, like that aligns with what you want, that speaks that speaks the way that you resonate with, like just whatever it is, and forget the rest of the fucking noise. And like if you have started like a side business, I say to people, it's like the biggest thing that I see is like they'll be like, oh, like Josh is saying this, Josh is doing that, I need to be like Josh, or I need to be like this person, or this fucking process to work for them, I need to wreck my system and go and do that. And again, they just jump from fucking, it could be in their same business, but they jump from process to process, to this, to that, to trying to be this person, trying to sound like this person. And again, just I've seen this so many times and it just delays the. I've seen people in this trap for, I'm going to say, up to nearly 2 fucking years that they've just wasted. And it's come back to this alignment. It's like, I just need to be me and be real and show my journey. I'm like, we've just wasted 2 years, but like some people need to go on that journey. And you can listen to this podcast and go, fuck, he's maybe right. And you could go in this, you probably might, you might need to go down this, because once you figure it out and just realize you just need to focus on where you need to focus on, you need to be you need to work on your personal development, as becoming the best version of yourself, which is upping your skill set, becoming fitter, getting a rock solid mindset, all this sort of stuff. I truly believe the 2 biggest things that you can invest in yourself is learning sales and personal development. I think if you can nail those 2 things, you can literally build an epic fucking ass life. And this takes me to the next point. Point number 5 is just so many people are sold the dream, but they aren't given the right tools and resources to achieve that. And a thing that, and I don't want to shit on anything here, but it's like, people have these big fucking amazing goals, and then they'll go and start like a low ticket MLM or low ticket, side hustle. That there's no fucking leverage. You're relying on all these people to fucking renew their auto ship or like whatever the hell it is. And look, I'm not saying there is nothing wrong with whatever this business model is with their products. I'm not saying any of that. Some of these had the best products. I mean, like, I've been using doTERRA for fucking probably 7-8 years. When I was massaging, we still buy some oils. We do order like once a year because like we generally use them. We use them in our washing machine. We use them. So again, and I'm not shitting on doTERRA here either. But what I'm saying is like, just things just don't line up. They'll do it because it's $100 for a starter kit. It's $200, $300. Like they put their big expectations and goals, but they're only willing to pay $99 to fucking start it. And then they're wondering why it didn't work out. So if you want to build anything that has fucking leverage, it's got to be a business that you can scale, and it's going to allow one day, probably not from the start, but it's going to at least allow some sort of freedom and for you to get your time back, if that is what you value. There's people out there that couldn't give a fuck. They're on a work, hustle, grind. It's a very small percent of people out there, but there's a lot of people like that. But most people that are wanting to start a business is to get their time back, not to fucking create something that's going to, put another fucking 12 hours a day, on top of what they're already doing. And I really think it's like, because you see the people out there, and it's more the traditional class people. It's just like, yes, you have to hustle and grind. Yes, yes to all these bits and pieces, but like, it's okay to have the end result to be able to get your time back and live a fucking epic ass life. I think that's the best thing that it is available today. Is it's actually possible if you choose the right business model. And if you want any sort of leverage and freedom, you need to build a team. This is probably the most number one skeptical, weird thing about online business. And people can like automatically like just bundle this thing into like scam and pyramid scheme. It's like, oh, because if this person sells something, you make money off of them. That is every single fucking business out there. Do you go into any company that's making a shit ton of money? There's just one person. That's it. Like that's it. People put this the corporate pyramid, which was made around fucking 99% of jobs. They put that into everything. And it's like, I think the best thing about fucking Enagic is it is the most least pyramidy fucking thing that there is, because uneducated people put it out there that it's like the person at the top, they make all the money, all these people fucking suffer. The most number one thing that relates here is to a point. Yes, that is. If you start anything and you start at the bottom in anything. There's not one thing out there where you just start at the fucking top. It doesn't exist. But it's like what these people are looking for, this 100% fucking guarantee. But the best thing about our business is you can out earn fucking anyone. It's hard work. Your hard work is actually fucking rewarded and you get 100%. Like I've been out earning my best mate Samuel for 4.5 years. He introduced us to his opportunity 4.5 years ago, there's been people that have fucking earned more money than me in our community. Like there's just, you're rewarded for the effort you put in, which is the most best thing ever. But like, and building a team, it's kind of optional, but like, you can't do this shit by yourself. Like if you want to build anything that has scalability, and you can be sitting on the fucking beach sipping margaritas like you see all this stuff that's too good to be true. You need leverage, and you need to build a team. It's like, I have an amazing personal assistant, and like we need to outsource more shit. That's always, you end up just being in a business where all your time needs to be in there and you're doing all the fucking tasks. There's no freedom at all. So there's bits to this. This is the skills that you need to learn. It's the best thing that we did was invest in a fucking mentor. And these days, coach and mentors get fucking shit on because this coaching world, fitness industry is all just trying to fucking cancel culture shit on everyone. So you go buy their fucking coaching and no one else's. It's fucking wild. But like, call it old school. But like, I think it's only the last year or two that this has really been a thing, and it'll probably fade out or get worse. I don't know. But it's like, why do you go to school? Why do you go to university? Or what's the perception behind it? It's to learn from someone that's supposedly done it before you, and you learn from them to save a shit ton of fucking time. You can't figure this stuff out yourself. So it's like probably one of the things that I agree with, it's like with university, although, most of the time the people that not everyone that you learn from haven't even actually done the fucking thing anyway. But it's a very similar thing, but that's what we did. Is I'm like, okay, well, look, if I continue going the way that I'm right now, I'm going to hate my fucking life. So it's like, I need to unlock the next thing and find out what that is before it's a problem. And that's how I roll these days. It's like, we spent quite a fair bit of money on personal development, coaches and mentors. And it is the best return on investment skill set, I believe, that you can ever get. And the people are trying to, buy passive income and all this fucking shit. Like, just invest in yourself. It will be the most best thing ever, because like, if you can start to create these habits now and you must do this because before the money comes, because the money is an amplifier. So if you've got a lot of bad shit going on, this is why everyone's journey can be so different. Some people need to go on like a bit of a personal development journey first to figure the very raw way I like to look at it's like, if your shit's fucked up, how are you going to help anyone else? Honestly. And so by going through this, one, it's going to heal your fucking life and make your life better. Two, it makes you qualified to fucking be able to help someone else. It's like, if you haven't earned $50,000 a month, you are not qualified to fucking say shit about that. But if you have, but not just if you've done it once, if you've done it multiple times for 1, 2, 3 years, whatever it is, it's like, okay, you know how to make $50,000, not just 1 month. This is the other thing. Some people share their numbers for 1 month, but it's like, then that's it. There's a skill to fucking, one, earn that money consistently, and then two, fucking keep it. So there's a skill set to this. The last thing I want to share here is just because, look, it's a very like sort of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but at the end of the day, no matter what you're wanting to achieve, it comes down to, it can be very like bro code sort of fucking gnarly way, whatever. But it's like, out of all this, it truly comes down to how bad do you want it? And if you have no clear reason, clear why you're taking the direction that you're wanting to take, what I can guarantee you is as soon as it just gets a little bit hard, you're going to fucking bail. And I've seen this, they'll talk to 3 people about their products, their business, their opportunity, like whatever it is. And they'll say no. And it's like, and that's it. That's just, spoke to everyone. Like, no one wants what I've got. I'm out. And this is why it's like, if your only reason is money, you're going to quit when it gets hard. And you have to have a reason that's going to get you out of bed, whether you feel like it or not. And look, just the reason I say this, it can't be the number one excuse, like, how bad do you want it? But when you've tried, when all these things above, just, you're going through all this, it literally does come down to how bad you want it. Because like, just think about if something fucking bad happened in your life, if someone got held hostage, if you had a fucking gun to your head, very, very extreme scenario, but it wouldn't even cross your mind to just do the fucking things that you have to do. If you want to looking for the winning code here out of all this, or what's the fucking answer, Josh? just in our business, every single person that's got the results, when I say, hey, what was it? What was the thing? 100% of them come back and said, I just need to do the things I was meant to fucking do. I just wasn't doing them. Every single person. And it's and doing that consistently. And because look, what you got to think about is like, let's just say that you got lucky and all the fucking excuses, bullshit of why you can't do things. And there was a pile of paperwork that had to be lodged as the sales just got given to you. And it's like, hey, well, here's all the fucking sales. It's like, there's 50 grand on the fucking table here. All of a sudden you have time. All of a sudden you might have some money to go and print some fucking stamps because you need to stamp all this fuck, like whatever the fuck it is. All this shit will go out the window if the results are just fucking there given to you. So like, it just comes around to like, if you don't know, if you don't have a very clear reason why, and for most people they come back to like, oh, it would be nice because you're comfortable. Comfort is the biggest, you'll hear every single successful person, comfort is the most biggest fucking killer. But the reality is where 95% of people live their life. And this is why it's going to make it, the resentment, the pullback back to the path of least resistance, when you take this 5% path and just want to change direction of your life, you're battling against this 95% of people that are fucking comfortable. And if something just gets a little bit hard, there's going to be that many fucking distractions pulling you back. So like, you need to have a clear fucking why. And again, the reason I say the extreme case is because like, if that was the thing, it's like, hey, like this is going to happen if you don't make $10,000 this week. I bet like fuck that you will make it happen. So maybe don't have it. You might have to have an extreme case like that, but it's like, when it comes down to, if you're like your struggles every single fucking day, you're fighting with your partner, fucking you never see your kids, like whatever it is, we hear stories like this all the fucking time. But then it comes down to just not wanting to do a fucking thing about it. It's like, well, clearly it's not hurting enough. And generally when it takes someone to like, for someone to pass away, for a family member, for a friend, or like whatever it is, and people will have a slap in the face reality check for 1 or 2 days. Then they'll go back. Then they'll just instantly fucking, oh, life's short. You know, oh my God, I'm gonna New Year's. Everyone's gonna fucking change their life at New Year's because it sounds fucking great. They use a date to change their shit, and just 2 weeks later, it just, all the bad habits, all the fuck, it's so much easier just to go back. So this is the battle you're gonna face. And like, look, this is just a couple of things here, and there's more to this, but if I was to put this into it, just the 6 points, this is what I would put down to the 6 reasons why you're most likely going to fucking fail whatever the fuck that it is that you're going to do. So what you can take away from this is maybe you're going, holy shit, you've just called me out so bad, or go, oh shit, I've definitely fallen into that trap, like whatever it is from this. Or if you haven't even started a business or a journey, whatever you've done yet, look at this. Do the opposite. Don't fucking pick yourself up when you start to go down this path. And the number one thing that I can say is I've never seen someone that's 100% committed get what they want. And to forget the fucking time frame, because it's most likely going to take longer than you think. Have the best amazing afternoon, morning, day, week, month, whatever it is. We'll see you in the next one.